What up, brother? We ain't just another other show. We got flow like we walking on hot coals, or bagging up dope like boat from Costco. We drop loads. It's Will and Matt with the realness, ready to infatuate. You gotta evacuate your building, so press record and let's kill it.
What up, brother?
What up, brother?
Hopefully everybody can hear that we sound like shit today.
Sound like shit, some technical difficulties.
We will overcome.
Yeah, we're recording on like 80 different devices.
To make sure it works.
Yeah, one of our microphones broke.
And so now we're recording on one microphone and two iPhones.
Yeah.
We'll see which one of them breaks first.
Yep. Old Johnny Boy is not in the building as usual.
Because if he was, maybe we'd ask him to bring a mic.
Yeah, well, he is not going to have a microphone.
He doesn't know how to use electricity.
He doesn't know how to do anything.
You know what he did? So like, it's like 48 hours after my daughter's born.
Okay.
You know what he does?
Yeah.
He texts me. He says, "Hold on, I'm looking up how much he asked for."
Okay.
He asked for $3,652.
That's a specific amount.
Yeah, it's to buy a truck and all of like the tag prices or whatever. You know, like all the auto tag bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was like, John, what do you need a truck for? He said hauling.
Hauling.
Like hauling.
What is he hauling?
Exactly. I was like,
hauling and oating.
Oh, Jesus. It's another fall in Philadelphia.
And she's gone.
Yeah. So I just said, no, fuck no.
Yeah.
And go fuck yourself.
Well, that's how it should be. Have you seen it? Well, this is new. This is we're back.
Yeah, we're post baby.
Yeah, you had a baby.
I didn't have a baby. My wife had
Your
a baby.
wife had a baby,
I
but
was there.
Yeah, but you had a baby. This is new.
This is brand new. Beautiful Lucy.
She
awesome.
is a beautiful baby. Stupid of us to start a podcast about 2 months prior to you having a baby and being so busy.
Maybe.
This is just adding another useless thing to your plate.
It's a little useless, but no, we'll make it work, and it'll be fun. We got to make time for it. That's the main thing.
Yeah. She's the precious little thing. She takes after Sarah, luckily, because if she took after you, she'd be an ugly fucking baby.
A whole life ahead of her. 85 years ahead.
Looking
of
like
her.
the Hamburglar. Luckily, she took after your wife.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Luckily it's not a guy with the our long balls.
I would be. Well, they hold up the baby in the hospital room.
Yeah.
Hold up the baby, and they're like, okay, now so you can say what it is and be
Sure.
like, it's a long balls.
Those are long balls, boy. Oh man. Well, I'll get into that later. We got something coming up that are related to the nuts. What? That are related to nuts, balls, So we'll speak about that in a little bit. Let's just say it's our ad read for today.
Oh, Jesus.
We got a company. This might be our best company yet.
Oh yeah, because the last one sent me like a summons or whatever, and I'm not, Who
was last week? Because they didn't.
It was holler high.
No. We had another one, didn't we? Oh yeah, the boner pill. They didn't get back to me.
Oh, no kidding.
No.
That's because your read was too hype.
No. I think they would be happy. I think they're a new company. They're busy. Maybe they had a couple babies themselves.
Maybe they've had boners that lasted 50 hours.
I don't want to be the podcast that does one ad read and then they get rid of us.
Well, that's exactly what happened with Hollow
Oh boy, that's not good. That is not good. I will say, glad you had the baby. One thing that does happen with babies and people is
speaking as somebody who doesn't have a baby.
No. Well, exactly, because I realize this is people who have babies want to talk nothing other than babies. Like you'll see comedians completely change their act because they have a baby.
I was gonna make a joke about how babies are like a bag of carrots.
Yeah.
You're like carrying them and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna smush something. But
yeah.
I'm not gonna make that joke. You see me not make that joke?
It's like, you have the baby, you talk about babies. It's like when you go to jail, you get religious, and it's like that Big L line. you a man of God now.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't want to be telling a bunch of diaper jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah, so shit, man. This is
It's good.
I'm fucking discombobulated right now. This microphone thing is fucking me up. It's also the first podcast where I'm not holding a microphone, so I also feel a little fucking weird.
Yeah, right. Usually your arm is tired by the
That
end of the podcast.
that microphone broke because it didn't have a goddamn mic stand.
You might be right.
Uh-huh.
You might actually be
I
right.
came into the room and it was lying on the chair.
Yeah.
It wasn't
and
on the desk. What the fuck are you doing?
I put it in a new bag too, and like maybe that's what did it. I don't know, but we're gonna make do here.
This ad read is gonna be pissed because this is recorded on an iPhone, and they're gonna seem like a shitty
like
company.
Shit. Well, they need to know that we're a shitty podcast.
That is true.
Right?
I can't argue with that.
That's life. So this is the point of the podcast where you say something like, hey, what's the deal with hoodies that don't have hoods? Or what's the deal with sports?
I have a couple
Do you
things.
have
Okay.
An attempt at comedy to go to here?
No attempt at comedy, but let's fucking see.
I've been thinking about trashing you about that for like a couple weeks now and being like, oh, here's Matt's attempt at comedy. What's the deal with sports?
No. Fuck that. That commercial pissed me off.
Oh, yeah, the Skechers one?
Yeah, the hoodless hoodie.
Hoodie.
Fuck them. And guess
Sweater.
what? Haven't seen that commercial
No,
since.
you haven't.
We trashed them. They had to get rid of the fucking product.
They did. They
So-
did. That's how much clout we have right now.
It's October what? 3rd?
3rd.
Fall started September 21st, September 20th.
I don't.
One of
My
those
life
days.
has been a blur.
Well, here's the fucking thing. It's supposed to be fall. I love the fall in Pennsylvania. It's the greatest. Fall on the East Coast is like the greatest season.
Okay.
Because it gets cool. It's nice out. It's going to be 81 fucking degrees in October.
Stop tapping the table.
That's not supposed to happen. You can tell I'm mad.
Yeah.
Because I've been so excited for the cooled down weather. I hate the heat, dude. And
so we're gonna complain about the weather on this podcast. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, dude. What is going on? Why is it 81 degrees today?
I don't know. Like probably because climate change or like
Dude, I need
somebody
these
did
leaves
the wrong
changing.
thing.
I need it to cool the fuck down.
No, I hear you. I mean, I like the cool weather for fall because then when I go hunting, there's more deer. The deer don't do anything when it's hot. They just sit there. They just like sit in the grass.
Yeah, because it's too fucking hot. I do the same thing.
Right. Yeah. That's what they do.
Yeah, I'm going to New York in like 2 weeks, the Adirondacks,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Go hiking. No, it's going to be a good trip.
Yeah, where are you going?
The Adirondacks.
You're right, but like where?
Staying around Lake Placid.
Okay, just so our listeners can hunt you down and then.
Well, I went to New Hampshire last year in the fall. It was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Middle of October. Oh my god, it was awesome.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
same thing this year.
That's good.
And I'm not getting fucking hype yet because it's still goddamn 81 degrees here.
You're just gonna be bitter about it.
I'm gonna be bitter about it. So
Right.
fuck all that noise. But
well, like
we must endure like we are with this podcast that's being recorded on cell
You're
phones.
just gonna have to deal with it because it's not gonna change. And like that, well, and I can't go hunting that much anyway because there's a baby here.
You have a baby. You have stuff to do.
Plus, I bought half of a pig.
What?
Yeah, half of a pig.
You probably bought the back half. You fucking
What
weirdo.
kind of half did I get? I don't know.
You mounting that motherfucker?
Yeah.
Not in the wall.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Good one.
Hey man, a vegan gotta trash you for that.
Yeah. So I have like half a pig, and then I'm getting a quarter of a cow, and I have like 5 chickens. So I have all that in the freezer. So like, do I really need to put a deer in there? Probably not.
No, just
Probably not.
Yikes.
Necessary.
I didn't know you bought quarters and halves.
Yeah, directly from the farm. That's the way to go.
Well, you do live near Lancaster.
And speaking of buying things, you complained about the Christmas present for mom and dad that I put together in my mind. And then I said, Matt, how about you pick up half of it? And you're like been bitching about how you're spending money.
I like how you said, putting it together in your mind. It's like, yeah, I come up with this idea for a company, but you pay for it. And I'm the one who did all the fucking work. Fuck you. And you admitted what I bought was more expensive.
By like $10.
Give me a fucking break, dude.
By $30.
But I also bought them other shit. as
So
well.
did I got I have a whole thing of crap.
And
under here.
I bought it. It's here.
It is
I'm just
here.
saying, every time you think of a
But
fucking
who's
idea,
testing it out? Who's gonna make it work?
who gives a fuck? It would have worked anyway.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Look, I really don't like your attitude on presents. You know what I mean? Like, this is for your
How
mother
about
and your
you
father.
buy it yourself?
This is for your mother and your
You
father.
can't afford it.
And all you do, you're like, I can't spend this much money when mom and dad, they're old.
No.
they're at home."
All I said was you sent it to me. I said, God damn, that's a lot of money. And you
said,
were like, oh boy.
I've been spending too much money lately.
I have.
That's what you always say.
I have.
That's what you always say.
Yeah, I know.
And then who's paying for this podcast? Who's paying to put it on the
Who's
podcast?
getting the ad reads?
The ad reads.
Me.
I haven't seen $1.
And guess what? Who's going to replace that microphone? Me.
Yeah,
Because I'm going to buy a
actually.
mic stand with it.
Okay, as you should.
So stop complaining about money
I'll tell
because
you
you
what
ain't doing
brand, I'll
shit.
tell you what brand you shouldn't get is whatever one this.
Audio Technica.
Okay, do not
Bleep
get,
that out.
Do not. Okay, well.
Because we might get an ad read at some point.
We'll get a cease and desist.
You have me here recording on a cell phone and you're complaining about money. Give me a fucking break.
This is like the cheapest podcast in existence.
Yeah, this is terrible. The weather's terrible. Everything's fucking terrible right
just
now.
A bitter, angry person.
Listen, bro, the Eagles are doing bad. What am I supposed to do?
Oh my God, here we go.
Gonna watch them lose today.
I saw that you still have the Eagles Super Bowl game saved in your cloud storage.
Yeah.
Talk too much about.
Well, you want to know why? Because that's the BBC version. Like you could buy it on DVD or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is the BBC version where you have like a bunch of English guys talking
hilarious.
at the commercial breaks.
Really?
Yeah, they're fucking great.
That's awesome.
They're fucking
I didn't know
great.
that. I didn't know
Yeah,
that's what that
dude.
was. That's cool.
Yeah.
I get it. All right, I get it.
Yep.
I get it. Hey, what do we say about no cell phones during the podcast? Yours is buzzing.
No cell phones when we're recording on 2 cell phones? What are you talking about here?
Oh man, what a mess.
This-
You're a disgrace.
You're calling me a disgrace. Your mic broke. You're trashing me for buying a present.
You're a disgrace.
You
to the
have no air
podcasting
conditioning.
world. No, it's kind of getting
Your
hot
baby's
here,
got a
too.
better bed than you do.
The baby has 2 beds.
Let's
You're a disgrace to the podcast.
give me a fucking break.
All right.
All right. Well, what's going on? Well, we can at least get kind of started talking about that subject. Our main subject for today. But
What's
actually,
the main
I have
subject?
some news as well.
Okay.
Getting married on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Why Wednesday?
That's when I scheduled it.
Did you schedule it at the jailhouse?
Yeah.
You got a prison wedding
yeah.
where you hold your hand up to the glass and she holds her hand up to the
The
glass.
ministers in shackles and chains.
Right. That's great. That's
yeah.
congratulations.
So
Where are you going?
it just the courthouse.
You want to name the courthouse
C.
so everybody could be there?
Dub C Courthouse. It's
Okay.
Chester County Courthouse.
Yeah. Nice. That's awesome.
It's funny because you get the marriage license and you have 60 days. You got to do it within 60 days.
What happens if you don't?
It fucking runs out. You got to get another one.
You have to go get another
So I paid $75 for it. And then for that one, you schedule it however you want to do it. I'm just getting married by a judge.
Mm-hmm.
They're booked as a motherfucker right now. So like
For weddings or just
in general.
Yeah.
Probably with COVID and shit like that. So we were calling judges and nobody had availability.
Really?
I was like, this motherfucker's gonna run out. I'm
thing
gonna have to get another.
It's not like it takes them a whole bunch of time either. It's like
No,
half
and
an
I
hour.
hope it doesn't. I hope this motherfucker says, "Where's your ring at? Let's go." All right, later. I got to put this
They didn't
motherfucker
even
in prison.
They didn't even do a ring for us. They just did like.
Well, I bring in the ring.
I know, but like, you know what I mean?
Rings.
We went in. She was like, okay, I just saw somebody who I sent to prison or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we got married. I think it was 15 minutes. Like she said some vows, like,
Yeah.
do you, and then that was it. And then she was like, get out, I got stuff to do. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So I don't really know why.
I actually searched her. Because
You
I
did?
know her as well, because I had 2 court dates in front of her. The woman who married you,
Right.
I had to sit in front of twice.
Yeah, well,
One
nobody's perfect.
one was acquitted. and it was a bullshit. And the other one I did get fined for.
What? Do you want to say?
Charge.
Do you want to say what you did? That was like. So
it was New Year's, and I crossed some SEPTA Amtrak train tracks and had a $500 fucking fine.
And what, criminal proceedings or whatever?
No, it was like a non-traffic citation. It's not on my record.
Okay.
There was about 20 people who had gotten off the train when we did. It was SEPTA back from Philadelphia on New Year's.
Okay.
We had a group of about 6 people.
Were you high?
No, I was drunk.
Okay.
Everyone was drunk. It was New Year's.
Right.
But I wasn't like falling on my ass. I was fine.
Right.
And I get off, and there's like a 7-Eleven across the street. So we're walking across the train tracks as well as a bunch of other people on the train. As a matter of fact, my friend Dave was there as well. He was the only one in our group who didn't get in trouble. So the cops are like, "Hey, you, get over here." They're pointing at some of my friends. And then they pointed Dave. He goes, "Hey, you, over here." And Dave goes, "Me?" He goes, "No, you." And I was right behind Dave. Dave got off. I have to go sit there for like
why did he not get in trouble?
Dude, Dave wasn't the only person who didn't get in trouble. There was a bunch of other people.
How did he not get in trouble, though?
Because he's lucky, and I'm tall.
That son of a bitch.
And handsome and sexy as shit, and the cop was jealous.
They wanted to bring you to the couch in the police station.
Yeah, he wanted to mount me like your pig.
You know about those police station couches. They are.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
They are the most.
Well, luckily
savage.
that didn't happen.
Well, maybe you don't want to talk about it on the podcast.
I remember when I went for that court date, the people out in the lobby, the people who sign you in or whatever like that. They were like, "This is bullshit." They were like, "This is the dumbest fucking thing ever."
It is pretty.
$500 fine, all that. But anyway.
And then you had to go.
I looked her up. I think she's dead.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. I think it seemed like So
we got married
recently.
We got married, 14 years ago. So, but she wasn't that old.
Yeah, she was like 70 or something.
Okay. All right. Wow, dead.
I feel like I'm talking a lot louder than you are.
You are. I can see it on the levels.
So why didn't you tell me to slow my roll? You told me to talk loud before this.
Because I'll get it. Look, I do all the production and everything.
This is going to be unreleasable, isn't it?
Look, here's the thing. Here's what you do. What you do is you just speak at whatever volume you want. You hold the mic 2 feet from your face.
Oh, how about this?
You make all kinds of weird noises.
How does this sound? Is this much better?
Yeah, that's the NPR voice. No, you do all this weird stuff, and then Will goes and he handles it in post-production like a champ. I don't complain.
Yeah.
I don't complain ever about all kinds of weird shit that you do.
Except you complain on the podcast about me fucking buying presents and holding shit too far from my face.
Right.
And I come to you and I'm going to have to buy the new mic. You always trying to call me out. I flipped the script on your ass.
Yeah, I'm going to buy 2 mics because the thing is, like, I want one in reserve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll recommend the mic. There's a mic that a lot of podcasters use. I'll show it to you. But yeah, I'll handle it, Matt. That's what I always do. I'm the older brother. I'm the responsible one. I'll handle all the mistakes. I'll just do all the...
You sleep on the floor. You can't even buy a bed, bro.
I sleep on the floor. All right, look. Why did we start? Oh yeah, you're getting married. That's why we started talking about that. Before you started complaining.
Mom and Dad will be there. Jen's parents will be there. It's the first time Mom is meeting her parents.
Oh, really?
Whatever.
What about Dad?
Dad met them before.
Why did Mom not meet them?
Because Jen lived with us for a little bit while we were in the process, limbo of moving. So they helped move some stuff into the house.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so that's happening. And then, move on, baby.
Joe, there are some sketchy people driving.
Look at that fucking truck. What the hell? That's like a truck station wagon.
So that's good. I mean,
you do live on a block that probably has the craziest motherfuckers. You got an outdoor gun range up the street that I've yet to see.
There's not much.
I've never seen it.
It's not much to look at.
There's dead bodies up there, bro.
No, somebody shot himself in the ass. I think maybe he probably put his pistol down the back of his pants and it went off. And he shot himself in the ass.
He was probably mounting a pig, and another pig fucking came by and shot him.
His vegan jokes. Vegan jokes all day. Vegan jokes all day.
The vegan jokes, baby.
Okay, so I picked an album. You want me to talk about the album?
Yeah. And then we'll get into our other thing.
Yeah, you can do your ad read or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so I picked an album that I was thinking about when I found out about this album, when it kind of came on my radar, and I realized it was 2009, the second half of 2009, and this came out a long time ago, right? This album.
Yeah. I showed you this album, didn't I?
You told me about it, but it became like a big thing for me because the year was 2009. I was working in the city. I was taking public transportation every day. I was working in the welfare system, so I was helping people who were on welfare, and I was fucking angry.
Yeah.
And this album was like a soundtrack for my anger. You know
yeah, for real.
And it's Enta the Stage.
Enta the Stage.
Buckshot was a juvenile, a little freaked out fanatic. I shot the rap addict with an automatic. Now I got static. See, back in the day.
By Black Moon, which is a hip hop group.
Yeah.
But really is Buckshot and Evil D are like kind of the main.
MC 5 Foot. Two MCs in a DJ who's one half of the Beat Miners.
5 Foot MC doesn't have as many tracks. Like Buckshot is 9 of the 12 tracks or something like that.
So they're both on some, I think. But MC, like Buckshot's had a solo career and stuff, and MC 5 Foot just kind of shows up sometimes. It's kind of cool what he does, man. I respect it. He's kind of the
hype man a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean Buckshot's legit MC, but I like 5 Foot too, you know.
And like every day I was listening to this album wearing headphones. I was on the train, it was snowing, you know, and this album sounds like it's recorded in hoodies in the winter.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's got that super edge to it.
No doubt.
And I just freaking love this album.
Fucking great album.
One of the things that I love about it is it's unapologetically angry and violent. Like they Buckshot's, the lyricism and everything is all just completely angry.
I'ma blow you. Don't try to shake my hand, money grip. I don't know you. I'm just a hardcore raw straight from the ass. Mean another question and you might get blasted. Act like you want it. Act like you want it. But bring the drama. Act like you want it. Act like you want it. Act like you want it. But bring the drama.
Yep. One of the things I was thinking about as I was listening to it, and I'll get some of the tracks that are my favorites. One of the things I was thinking about was the Biggie movie. There's a scene where they talk about the production of Juicy, like in his big singles, and Puffy says to Biggie, "Look, we need something to play on the radio, you know, and like you need to stop fucking around with the gangster shit." And Biggie's like, okay, and he records Juicy. I think it was Juicy that he was recording. This has no A-side like that. You know, there is nothing here that goes on the radio. These are violent tracks. They're about guns and weed.
They are, bitches, but they're not.
There's no dulling the edge on this. It's all, and there's no like talk. There's no reminiscing. It's just hard. It's just angry.
It is, but they talk about hood shit.
Yeah.
But
there's nothing.
Buckshot's not. Throughout his career, he's not known as like a gangster ass fucking dude though.
No.
Which I really, because Black Moon Buckshot is part of a bigger collective, boot camp clique.
Right.
And Black Moon kind of set the tone because then you had Smith and Wesson Da Shinin'.
Yeah.
Helter Skelter Nocturnal.
Yeah.
OGC Da Storm.
And he was kind of the one that launched all their.
He launched. He's co-founder of Duck Down Records.
Yep.
Him and Drew Ha started that record company, and they're fucking classic. They're still around, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Eminem actually spoke about he almost signed to them because they were So Buckshot started that, and that company, after Entered the Stage, which is one of my favorite albums, released a bunch of other favorite albums of mine. So I fucking love Boot Camp Clique. I love Duck Down Records. They've signed some good artists still over the years. And then the Beat Miners.
The Beat Miners are great.
Maybe the most underrated production team out there.
You've got songs like my favorite song on the album is Slave. one has that one he's talking about the rap industry. And
Yeah.
He's talking about how shitty it is to the artist and how he's struggling with it and how it's making him super angry. And so he says, like, one of my favorite lines is, commercial rap, get the gun clap day after day.
Yes, commercial. Dude, that's in another song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's
Commercial
he's
rap,
super
get the gun clap.
day after day.
I move when I groove 'cause I'm into the stage. Not the buckshot black, I'm bringing it back. To the roots like Timberland boots, home on my rap. And I don't give a fuck what you say. Commercial rap, get the gun clap day after day. Niggas don't play on the D-Lo.
He's like super pissed about it. Another one is the make money, make money.
Yeah.
Gotta get a grip 'cause I might split. I'm thinking of a whip with my chrome and my clip. It's a jack, take your fucking hand off the wheel. Turn around slowly, bitch, you know the deal.
Shorty, you crazy.
Nah, I need dough, and I'ma do what I gotta do. Where's my flow? I wanna grab the mic, flip, skip, and get paid. But if I puff a dead dream, damn, I'm getting played. Word to my mills, no feels, gotta go.
What I like about those is the bass on it is super stripped down.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's very cool sounding when you're like wearing headphones. Like
Oh,
this
yeah.
is almost an album where you need to be wearing some high quality headphones for. Even though the beats are stripped down, they're also got a lot of depth to them.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's why the production on this album is just unbelievably good. Buck 'em Down is
Buck 'em Down is one of my two favorite tracks.
To the weak, what we do, buck 'em down, word life. Each and every nigga, whenever I'm in the fight. Let my nigga do peek your style, pull your card. Then I kick the verse and take a look at the card. God hit the
Okay,
Yeah.
what's your other one?
I Got You Open.
Yeah.
And then there's a remix to that.
Yeah.
Ooh, the
Really?
beat is so fly,
I'll
dog.
see if I can find that.
Oh my god.
I woke up in the morning, hopped on the train, I saw my man, he had a L in his hand. Hide it from the beast, at least I catch a buzz before I hit my block. I take a make a hit from the on the good ship, lollipop, move the hop, so I can put the hip in the grip. Everybody slips so I can take a trip to the dip, dig a deeper hole.
And then Who Got the Props is my...
I love Who Got the Props,
Got
of
the
course,
Props.
yeah.
And like, they're just...
And then how many MCs mugs get dissed?
Well, that's one thing I love about it. I think it's 5 Foot MC is Jamaican, or they have a lot of Jamaican influence.
Yeah, and that
in it.
actually was on the next album, The Shining.
Yeah.
And on one of their big tracks, I think they have that same guy.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Jamaican influence. I almost wonder if they grew up in a Jamaican neighborhood or something.
amount of thought. But they call me Buckshot Shorty cause I take no shorts. Word to the shell around my chest. Big up to all of my still rule boy Ponte.
Because Buckshot uses some Jamaican
I
slang,
think
too.
they're Brooklyn, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think
I think of Brownsville.
Yeah.
At least Sean Price was from Helter Skelter, I think.
Okay. It's something I'd like to know about. But
Rest
like,
in peace.
that's what's... Oh, really? He's
Sean
passed
Price,
on?
passed, yeah.
But yeah, I had a music review or an all music album review stated that, quote, theirs is a grim reality filled with guns, weed, and violence. Buckshot displays none of the usual gangster remorse. He is a willful public menace.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, absolutely. The dude has no reservations about how much he is fucking angry.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
So for me, it was like 2009. I could not get another job. My job was a piece of shit.
Man, I know
It
that.
was the recession.
Been
There was
there.
no stimmies. You didn't get stimmies.
Yeah,
back
no
in the day.
stimmies back then.
You know, you didn't get nothing. You got what you got, and you just got shafted by the man. And like, I got one job offer, and I had to take it, and it was like I had graduated with a degree that was meaningless.
Yeah.
And shitty, and so this was my soundtrack.
It
man.
came at the right time, man. It's kind of,
And you had mentioned it to me. You had been like, yo, there's this whole like.
I went through a boot camp click obsession. I
right.
think I was 19, and it was amazing because
That
it was
would've
just
been right. I would've been
one
around
classic
24.
record after another, and dude, I was like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy. That was one of the most fun times listening to hip hop was finding all
them.
the boot camp click stuff,
and here's another
I loved
thing.
them.
Just like the rest of the shit we do on this podcast.
Yeah.
Commercial commercially not very good. This album did not do very good.
none of them.
But it was a precursor to Illmatic, to
this
Ready
was
to Die.
93.
94, I believe.
This was?
Yeah, it was like early 94, I believe.
Yeah.
And so it just, and I think part of the reason was, number one, the gangster rap thing had not taken off yet. And it took Illmatic, it took Ready to Die, Nas and Biggie respectively, to bring it on the scene. The other thing I think it took, the other thing was it had no, like I'm trying to say, it had no singles. It had no like things you could play on the radio because it's too angry, it's too violent. There's no Juicy, there's no like, even Halftime on Nas is more tame than this. You know what I mean? There's There's nothing tame about this album. It's all anger. It's all complete violence.
Well, that's where Buckshot and 5 Foot come together really well because they're both, first of all, MC 5 Foot is 5 foot. And Buckshot's not that much taller.
And all the older people saying Shorty's a badass, but you just small little nigga, so you gonna last.
And what's funny though is DJ Evil D is fucking humongous.
Really?
He's a huge dude.
His beats sound like that too. They
well,
sound
yeah,
like a fat guy.
If you want to, first of all, he's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this YouTube show, I think it's from Mass Appeal. It's called Rhythm Roulette.
Okay.
And they take like a DJ or a producer will go into a record shop, blindfold themselves, randomly pick 3 records, and they got to make beats out of it. It's fucking dope.
Shit.
And there's, you've had Havoc on there, Ninth Wonder, Alchemist.
Havoc was on this album.
He was,
He was doing just like vocals during the chorus, which are mostly people yelling.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking man.
Now Havoc was on.
That was before the Infamous.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This came into that scene as kind of a seminal album, but it just did not take hold the way the Infamous did, the way Reasonable Doubt did a little bit later. Like it did not have that. It did not have that. I don't know what you want to call it.
Appeal.
The appeal.
Yeah.
It didn't have the friendliness to like the record companies. Like they were angry. They were trying to launch their own record company. Buckshot and 5 Foot were both short and angry about it, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Napoleonic Syndrome album.
Sure.
Except they back it up with
badass,
freaking amazing lyrics.
Yep.
The beats are amazing. It's a lot of fun to listen to, and even though it's kind of like violent and off-putting, you still feel like you're there with them. Like,
sure.
And you're there right next to them. So.
But to go back to Rhythm Roulette.
Oh yeah.
The one they have the Beat Miners on there. And DJ Evil D, along with his brother, Mr. Walt, they're actually a producer team. They're brothers.
Mr. Walt.
DJ Evil D was the one. They make 2 beats. Mr. Walt does the second one. DJ Evil D mostly does the first one with some help from his brother. I think throughout the full show, through all the episodes I watched, that first beat that DJ Evil D makes is my favorite throughout the dude.
One.
It's my favorite through any of those episodes.
Yeah.
It's so fucking hot. And he does it, and then they make an MOP track out of it. Like they took vocals from another song. It's
I'll
fucking
see if I can,
amazing.
I gotta see if I can find it.
Dude,
you gotta send me the
beat is
video.
Fire as
I'll pull some audio.
It's a shame they never used it for like a real track.
World, savage beast, like wolves will leave over these streets. And one believes, fuck peace, go to war with police. So-called priest, there's a demon in your hood scheming. Catch me after 6, leaning with the 9 steaming. And that's a BM. The sound of the block sound like rotten whites. I point a Ruger at your cruise and give you something to watch.
He uses, I think it's Teddy Pendergrass or Isaac Hayes. I think I Got You Open is an Isaac Hayes. So you're just gonna leave me here?
I'm gonna leave you there unless you want to stop those phones. I gotta piss.
I can't stop the phones. There's too many to stop. Can't stop it. So yeah, Matt's left again. He's left me here on the podcast by myself. Matt, if you're listening to this and you drink way too much water, and you're drinking so much water that makes you have to pee constantly, and you have to pee in the middle of the podcast when I'm supposed to be on production. I'm supposed to be doing this the right way. This is like the part of the podcast where I can just trash Matt nonstop. It's kind of great. It feels freeing, to not have a co-host. Maybe I'll just do this podcast by myself from now on. We only have one mic, right? So, Matt, I'm taking the podcast over. It's just going to be me. I mean, we haven't been recording this entire time.
Are we good?
We're good.
Okay, so I'm back. I had to take a piss. I mean, you can see this gallon fucking water bottle I got.
We
I
know.
already drank one of them today, plus more.
You drank a gallon already?
Dude, I drink a couple gallons a day.
Doesn't that
Like two and a
isn't that
half.
the thing where they do the radio contest and bitches
And
die?
that's when you hold it. And you
so
don't
pee.
yeah, the woman died because they made you hold your piss.
Gotcha. Okay.
And yeah, so
What isn't there a gallon challenge? Isn't that with the milk?
Yeah.
You have to drink
yeah.
like a gallon of milk, but you can't possibly do it without
Exactly.
throwing up. Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I know you want to get back to your baby and everything, so that album's a classic. Listen to it. We didn't speak about it enough. It's amazing. It's fucking...
Yeah, I mean...
That album's the shit.
Well,
set the tone.
I'm going to put in some clips from it, but it really is worth
It's known
getting...
as a classic, though.
It is.
You
It
know?
is. And it's worth getting... Like, you can listen to the shitty clips I put in here.
Yeah.
But it's worth getting, like, the actual MP3s or whatever, because the sound is so good.
Oh, yeah.
It's, like, crisp. It sounds really great. So,
It's going to sound better than this podcast that's
Well,
recorded on
pretty
cell
much,
phone.
This sounds like it was recorded on a fucking cassette from the 90s.
All right. Well, should I do the ad read first?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said earlier, this company hit us up, and I think they hit us up because of that second episode. There was mention of our long balls. So this company's called Jumbo Johnny's.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, they got a long ad read here, dude.
Oh, my God.
Is your life affected by two others who just can't agree on where to go? Does one try to move while the other stays? Is one left and the other right? Jumbo Johnnies are a product for men who need to hold tight. Jumbo Johnnies are a company created for real men who need support from a reliable underwear. Boxer briefs created for those with dangling dudes, long Larrys, big balls, gigantic gonads, whatever you want to call them. I love it. Jumbo Johnnies are a real test for testes with a special pocket created specifically for keeping those boys in place.
I don't trust
They
it.
sent me a pair. They fucking work. So Johnson Ayer, a real nut, created this product after having his own issues, and he even had to go to the ER on a few occasions after sitting on his balls. Sick of those hospital visits, Johnson decided to play ball.
His name is Johnson.
Johnson decided to play ball. So get him, Johnny. Let's get him, Johnny. I love this guy. Now you can do something about that pair of long legends you've been dealing with for years. No more pain and no more annoyance. Once you slide on these boxer briefs, your friendly fellas will be firmly placed in a crotch pocket, and you can live your life the way it was supposed to be lived. Large and in charge. Go to the website jumbojohnnies.net, JOHNNYS.net, and put in the promo code BALLER for 15% off your first order and free delivery. Guaranteed firmness or your money back. They offer all sizes, so don't worry. You can get a replacement pair if your dogs are bigger than you thought. They even have small pairs for you miniature ministers, baby. Woo! Go to Jumbo Johnny's for a sizing chart to make sure. I guess you got to measure your nuts. Measure them balls, please. That's what it said. Jumbo Johnny's, hang tight. Oh, I love it. That was the greatest ad read I don't even think I've heard one that good on another podcast.
Where's the check?
Well, they wanted me to read it first, and we'll see how it is. They did send me a pair. I'm wearing them right now. These fucking things are the shit. My balls are so in place. I feel like I could shake and they ain't going.
What happens if you combine that with Everbone? Does you turn into a black hole or something?
Well, Everbone, that's more for your penis, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But I guess it gets your balls moving. And,
right. Does you a supernova in your pants or something?
And it bursts out. No, but I think Johnson, Johnson Ayer,
yeah,
I think he created something to keep those balls no matter how hard you get.
He really took advantage of his name. Good for him.
Well, Jumbo Johnnies, Johnson Johnnies. This guy's a genius.
He is, yeah.
And that ad read, I don't know if he wrote it, but this guy's a fucking legend. He called them long legends.
Promo code BALLER.
Baller. BALLER. JumboJohnnies.net.
Don't forget.
Don't forget to use that promo code because we get money.
We get money.
We get money. So please,
Not
please,
a lot
please.
of money, and I haven't seen a dime, but we get money.
I haven't seen a dime yet, but so.
Yeah, all right.
So shout out to Jumbo Johnny's. Thank you for hitting us up.
And have you heard anything from our other sponsors, like Hala Hydro?
Not Hail Hydra. Yeah, no, they're like a lost cause. I think their company fucking folded.
I think it did.
Expensive ass water mugs.
Yeah.
The company last week didn't hit me up.
Did you just call it a water mug?
I ain't calling them bottles. I don't even know what the fuck they are. They never even sent me one.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, look. Why don't you ask me next time you bring on a sponsor, because these ball and dick sponsors or whatever, it's getting, like what people are gonna think we're one trick ponies.
Well, listen, we had water bottles and that failed, so now we're on the dick stuff.
What's the next dick product?
No more ads for this week. Hey, listen, if you have a dick product and you want to come to us to sponsor, please do. I'll take all the fucking money. I don't give a fuck what
else can you do with your dick?
You got balls. You got a penis. Probably like a shaving John next.
Or like a grundle massager.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, man, I'm going to start that product.
Do you know about perineum sunning?
No.
So there's a group of people.
That sounds terrible.
That you go out and you like spread your legs and you stick them up in the air and you sun your perineum, your grundle.
Well, actually, that sounds amazing.
And it's supposed to be good vitamin D or whatever.
On a spot that never gets hit.
On a spot that never gets hit. I'll see if I can find a news report and drop it in here.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a real thing.
Getting sunlight to our genital area and our perineum actually helps create a natural germicide in our body. So it can help with things like yeast infections or just keeping that area sanitary just from sunlight alone.
Okay, I love the butt sunning. Do you still practice this regularly?
Yeah, so I did it this morning.
Well, if you have a sunshine perineum or whatever the hell it's called.
Into the podcast. Send a picture.
Yeah.
Send a picture of that tan perineum.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Okay, so...
We're going to talk this...
Yeah. So what happened was...
you got to tell me how you found it.
Yeah, exactly. So I talked about surf ninjas, and we talked about my obsession with ninjas, which it's brought it back. I'm obsessed with ninjas again. I'm listening to ninja podcasts.
Okay.
I was looking for ninja products. I was on like Etsy.
Yeah.
Saw like this picture, like a 3-part picture of this ninja. It was dope.
Nice.
So I'm looking on there. I watched Surf Ninjas, and I was like, I remember this movie, but this isn't the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And it was kind of bugging me because I was like, this has to be it.
And the banana.
This has to be it. Yeah, I thought of a banana.
Yeah.
And that wasn't in the movie, which is fucking really weird. But I was looking for a product, and there was one called like Little Ninjas Miniature or something. And I go, Little Ninjas.
Little Ninjas.
And this is like, I'm falling asleep. I'm in the bed on the phone, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And like my eyes open wide, and I start Googling. And because the movie was called Little Ninjas. So I search it, no Wikipedia. It does have an IMDb.
Yep. But it's kind of sparse,
It's sparse, and I actually found a YouTube video about it as well. Some guy said he watched it. So I thought it was a Little Ninjas ripoff. The guy in that YouTube video said it came out in 1990.
No shit.
But on the IMDb page,
right,
it says 93. On the Amazon where I was able to watch it, it says 90. Now, so the movie is fucking hard to get apparently. So
it is.
I was able to find it on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
But it only had 5 days left.
Right.
Before it was taken off. By the time you're listening, that motherfucker's long gone.
Now, can you rent it now, or
I think you might be able to rent it.
If you
There's
want
like no DVD versions that ever came out.
Nope.
There was, it's just.
There's a reason why.
There's a reason why, but I was so glad I found it. I was so glad I watched it. I had to break it into 2 parts just because I was coming over here to meet the baby.
Yeah.
But it was needed because the movie was fucking brutal.
It's dog shit.
Brutal.
It's dog shit.
And from the beginning, well, first of all, the movie is a bunch of it's a movie of actors who can't act. So it's a movie of people who aren't actors.
Except, I mean, some of them were.
The villain. The villain might have been an actor.
The hot mom. And,
she is, but she was fucking awful.
Yeah, she was awful.
The first scene of the movie is them on the back of this bowl that's being abused. It has a ring through its nose, pulling on a rope.
It's a water oxen or whatever.
Oh my god. And she's just fucking complaining.
Terrible.
To these kids who are like 7 years old, and she's just being bitch.
And I thought there's 3 kids.
Yeah.
They all look different. There's a brown haired kid, a ginger kid, and like kind of a Samoan kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, does she have like 3 different dads? Like what's going on here?
Yeah.
Turns out they're not. They're all from the class, and they're not her kids. But they go to, where are they? Malaysia?
It's fictional island Rotunga.
Okay. And they're on vacation there, and she's complaining.
Can't we take a taxi like normal people? I mean, this is not my idea of fun, guys.
Oh, Mom, this is better than hanging out at the airport for 8 hours.
Yeah, Mrs. Campbell. That tourist lady at the airport said this was the biggest festival of the year.
Well, maybe so, but do we have to come by this horrible cart?
Yeah, they're on vacation in basically a war zone.
Yeah.
Because there's currently a battle underway between 2 tribes, and the one tribe is led by a guy named Cirque. The hell is his name?
I am Sarah, soon to be the ruler of Ratonga.
I don't fucking know. He's a dick. He's the best actor in the movie.
And it's a guy who's playing an Asian, but he's a white guy.
He's a white guy.
And his name is Robert.
His name's Robert, and he's wearing like a turban.
A turban.
So he's obviously a different nationality than just everyone there. But like people are getting killed,
right?
Like all over the place. These kids, this guy gives them a map, which is why they're getting chased through the whole movie. But the guy dies right in front of these children. And not to mention, they're in this impoverished third world country in this village. The mom was like, yeah, guys, I'm going to go look into some shops. You go explore.
Right. Go explore.
These kids are by themselves. This is a festival for the locals only.
And there's like people getting shot.
Oh my god.
People getting slashed.
Just sword fights all over the place.
But one thing I wanted to point out, there's a comedy bit that they try to do.
I loved it.
Where she's talking.
Oh,
do you know what I'm talking? She's explaining something. She's complaining. And then it keeps cutting to people beating the shit out of each other.
That's true.
They do it twice, and neither time is it funny.
There was one funny one that did work. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, what was it?
It was when the guy was dying, and
what guy?
The guy who gave him the map.
Oh,
who they're talking to,
yeah.
And they're like, "Is he dead?"
Okay.
And then he keeps waking up and talking some more, and then they think he's dead again, and then it was really morbid. These kids are like 7, and they kind of like don't even care that he's dead. Like they just saw, this is probably the first person they saw die, and the guy was murdered. And these kids are just.
It's awful.
It's fucking terrible.
It's pretty awful. That was pretty funny.
That was the only good part of it.
So the whole movie is it Douglas Ivan? Is that his name?
Yeah, that's what it is.
So he was the stunt guy on the Karate Kid. So he was like a stunt coordinator or some kind doing some kind of stunts, and he
obviously knows karate. He's really good.
He's really good, but he's acting. And he is a writer on this and a producer. This is his movie.
Yeah.
Right? And he's using it where like he's surrounded by all these beautiful women and he's like hitting on all these moms.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this is your fantasy, is that you run a karate studio and you're just banging all the moms.
Oh, dude, it's a fucking mess.
We know that you're doing that. And here's the funny thing. Sarah and I took Kung Fu. That's exactly what the one guy did.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
he bangs the moms. He gets some hot young girl. Who,
right.
Which is funny because I saw this on the IMDb there's 2 did you knows.
Oh, okay.
And one of them is Tiffany Salerno's character, the hot babe, is referred to as Jackie throughout the movie, but is Wendy in the end credits.
That's pathetic.
And yeah, one of the characters, so at the end of the movie they're in the woods.
Yeah.
And they add like a 4th character.
Yeah.
That little kid.
Whoa.
He's referred to as Cookie apparently throughout the movie. So is that old weird hick guy.
So is there's a redneck that shows up.
Yeah, no, him, that guy.
Right.
He's also Cookie.
Man.
This movie is a fucking mess. You can't even name the little kid like Muffin or something, just something different.
And then we figured out. I found the clip of the banana guy.
Yeah, and it's just one. He just takes a bite of a banana. But I remembered that. That was what I remembered.
He's like a barbarian dude. He's like, he barely talks.
Yeah.
The end of the movie is them running around in the woods. I didn't pull any clips.
It's the woods, but it's
terrible.
They're running around the Grand Canyon.
But they don't use the Grand Canyon at all.
No, hardly. There's a couple shots.
As a set piece, you know, like
yeah.
They could have kids like dangling off of real cliffs or like. And they have a cliff, but it's kind of like it's clearly a fake cliff.
Oh, yeah.
It is dog shit.
The movie's terrible.
Yeah, it's freaking awful. And you know, the 3 ninja kids.
Yeah.
None of them have a character. There's no character development for them. I don't even know that I knew their names after watching it.
I don't.
It was like an hour and a half of just shit.
Oh yeah, and the biggest move they do, and they do it twice in a movie, and it works more than anything else, is they stomp on the foot of the bad guy.
Okay, yeah.
And it completely cripples them.
I thought you were gonna say they smash something over their head because they do.
They do that too, but the foot stomp is just. It's the greatest move in these kids' fucking, you know.
And it's like it becomes slapstick. You know, they're like kicking them in the balls or whatever.
No, I mean that's the kid stuff, but like the acting, I when I was trying to describe it to you, I said it's like a high school teacher said, "Hey kids, shoot a movie and we'll watch it in class." Like you have scenes that obviously have ended and the scene's still going on, so you have people who aren't actors and they don't know what to do. So it just looks really awkward on camera. And you have people who are just stating lines. They're not acting them.
No, it's just...
Because they don't know what to do.
There's no direction. And there's a scene right in the middle of the movie where they sort of remember what happened in Ratunga or whatever.
Yes.
And it's just they take the first action sequence of the movie and repeat it.
They did that a couple times.
And you know what I think they did that for? The movie was too short, and they were like, "Shit, we need to make this movie longer." Because one of my favorite scenes is they switch and they say, "Okay, we're in LA," and they do one of those establishing shots with it says Los Angeles, California, and it just stops. And it's just filming a skyline of California for like 10 seconds.
For a long time.
And I'm like, oh shit, they're like trying to pad the runtime because it was short. Like it was
like an hour and a half.
Hour and 20, something like that.
You know where they also did it? So when they're murdering people by throwing them off that waterfall.
Yes, they just kept showing.
There's people cheering the people who are throwing them off, and they keep going back to this, woo, cheering. And they do it like 3 times.
Yeah, they do.
They just keep repeating shot again.
It's
a piece of shit.
I don't think there's like I can't recommend it to our listeners. Like
no,
I can't say,
you definitely have to. But I don't know who fucking watched it. I really don't. It's another one of those weird.
Amazon knows. They're probably gonna bring it back and feature it.
I was surprised they had it.
I'm surprised too, but they just buy up all the old catalog.
But then, like, I've never really searched for a movie for the first time and then saw, oh my god, it's gone in 5 days.
My other favorite part was when they went to the State Department And they were like, they go to the State Department guy, and he's clearly in like a lawyer's office.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's like all these books everywhere.
This guy's a big shot, too.
Big shot.
Somehow the karate master's like boys with
the State Department. He's like, sorry, I can't help you with anything having to do with international terrorists entering America to try to hunt down these kids. Because the plot is pretty similar to Surf Ninjas. It's like they have a map. We haven't explained the fucking plot at all.
It doesn't matter. No, I said the kids have a map to a treasure.
Okay,
it's called Little Ninjas. It's also called Three Little Ninjas. It's called Three Little Ninjas and the Lost Treasure.
The Lost Treasure, yeah.
Do they ever get the treasure? Or show what it was?
No, I don't think they do. Or
like they become rich and all this.
If they did, I stopped paying attention. Because I was like, I can't pay attention to this piece of shit movie anymore. I don't even care what they're saying.
It was brutal.
It was pretty bad. I mean...
I know why I liked it.
Why?
It was because, you know, they at that one point they go to the karate tournament. They're showing the kids fighting karate. And then they're in a karate class, and the guy's like, hey, we're about to go on this retreat.
Right.
It's going to be in the woods, so you have to wear these black karate costumes so you can get them as dirty as you want. So then the kids at the end of the movie are running around
wearing
in black.
That's the only reason you liked it?
That must have been why I liked it.
I think we just liked it because the other thing, missing any scene of people with blood coming out of their mouth like we talked about last time.
I know, and I brought it up with Mom.
You did.
And I don't know how the fuck we're going to find that.
I don't think we can. But yeah.
But that was the movie that had it with it, right?
I may have been.
It had to have been, dude.
I'm thinking back, like Douglas Ivan creeping on basically everybody. The girl who looked like the Pink Ranger from Power Rangers or whatever. He's like, are you sure they weren't looking for something else? Just
he's obviously hitting on her.
Creepy.
In the scene, but his acting is so bad. It was actually him hitting on her in real life.
Yeah. And then the mom comes up and she's like, do you want to like come over for dinner?
Well, as a single parent raising a child, I don't know what I'd do without you. There are no classes tomorrow, right?
Right.
Good. Why don't you come over for dinner?
Okay.
Good.
Certainly beats me cooking.
Well, I wonder where the boys are.
And then randomly introduces her sister at dinner. She like brings her sister
Yeah, what
along.
the fuck?
Maybe she thought she was gonna get raped or something, so she like brought her sister with
This
her.
guy can fuck her up. You know what I'm saying? So
He looks like a walking, talking like 80s
porn star.
Right.
He's got the mustache.
Got the mullet.
He's got the porn stash.
He's got
dude.
like the mullet and the gi. It's an absolute disgrace of a movie.
Oh my god!
And I think it killed all their careers.
Yeah.
Nobody ever recovered from that.
It did, and like I did not remember it being that bad.
No, but when you're little,
at all.
When you're little, you don't.
No, but that was bad.
It was bad. I mean, when you're little, you kind of don't know.
Like Surf Ninjas was bad in a funny way. This was bad.
Surf Ninjas actually, and also had production value. Like
it had Rob Schneider.
It had like more than one camera doing the work, and like it had Leslie Nielsen, even though he was terrible. You know, it had. And it
was partially financed by Sega, so
right. It was more interesting. There was a plot, and at the end they go back to Indonesia or Rotunga or Malaysia or wherever they are. Oh, the other thing, the martial art, they talk about it. There was some legit part of it where they said they do Kali Salat.
You're supposed to have fireworks and a big celebration. Even pin shot silat.
Pin shot salat? What's that?
It's kind of like karate. You know? Just jungle style.
There in Rotunga or wherever they were, it's a real martial art. I learned some of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, so like, clearly Doug Ivan, the writer, main actor, hero, hot mom romancer. He clearly was like legit.
He knows his shit.
But he's just an asshole.
Yeah, and I think the one kid in the movie, I think he took karate. Because he kind of like, it was the one taller kid.
Yeah.
He seemed to have some moves. The other ones didn't do shit.
Not really, no. The Samoan kid. He looked like kind of Samoan.
Not him, though.
Oh, not him.
No, it was the other tall white kid.
Okay, with the brown hair.
Was the other one blonde? God, the fucking movie was garbo, dude.
It was terrible.
Absolutely awful. So you got to watch it. It's a classic.
Yeah, but now you have to pay for it. I would not pay for it.
I would not pay for it.
I mean, I did a free trial of Amazon Prime just to get access to this piece of shit.
I was surprised. I told you ahead of time. I said, this thing fucking sucks.
And you also were like, it's only there for 2 more days, so you better get it now. So, which is true, and that's what I did. Yeah, I don't know. It's like you watch a movie from your childhood, and you go back and you look at it, and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Well, for that one especially. The other ones we've watched so far, it's been like, this is nice. This is cool watching it.
You know what? Legend of Orin was good.
Yeah.
You know,
Surf Ninjas was good. You know, but this, I mean, this I had that thought of, oh my God, what the fuck? I mean, even as a 3-year-old, I should have been like, yo, this is fucking
funny
shit.
Thing was, I remember the Cookie, or that little kid being hung up on the...
Yes, that's the scene I remembered. Yeah, that and the banana, those 2 parts. But that wood grain house they were in. Yep. I remember that.
It's like a lodge at the end.
I thought it was like a dungeon that was wood grain, but no, it's a lodge.
Yeah, it's like a lodge on the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I didn't remember anything about the Grand Canyon, any of that shit.
The whole Grand Canyon thing, for a while they didn't show the Grand Canyon at all. And I was like, they're just not going to show it.
Yeah.
Here's my theory also. I think you need to get like permission to shoot at the Grand Canyon.
Probably.
I think he didn't get permission, and that's why it's like in the background, really far away. And he was just
probably.
He was like, all right, boys, we're gonna sneak in here. Don't make too much noise. A park ranger might hear you, and then we're gonna have to pay for this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What a fucking mess.
That movie was a mess. Definitely watch it while wearing your Jumbo Johnnies. You know, fucking A.
Good job getting that ad in
May as well bump Enta the stage at the same time, you know?
Yeah, put something else on and just...
just turn it off. Just rent it and turn it off.
Rent it and turn it off.
Walk out of the theater in your living room.
Right.
Just walk outside your house. I quit. I split the scene.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap up this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Not torture our listeners' ears anymore.
Yeah, I know. We have some mail. I'll get to that next podcast. Hopefully this doesn't sound fucking awful. It's going to. What are we gonna do?
It's gonna look. Bill Burr has recorded his on his iPhone before.
Oh yeah.
But he actually has a good podcast. That's the difference.
Well, our next episode's good because I got a nice little surprise. You don't even know what it is.
I don't.
It's a subject I'm going to bring up.
Is it another
it's
sponsor?
It's kind of
with
singular.
balls?
No, but I hope to have another sponsor by then. I don't know when we're going to record next, but
yeah, at some point.
It's probably going to take you 3 weeks to fucking try to piece this piece of shit together.
All of our shit is broken.
Yeah. But hopefully we'll have a mic stand for myself next podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to send you this mic because this mic basically has a stand included. And it goes like right on the desk, and you can talk.
Your expensive ass shit.
It probably
so
is
goddamn expensive.
I didn't spend a lot on these mics.
Yeah, I can tell.
Right. They lasted for a good 2 years.
Hey,
they lasted like.
They sounded good the first couple episodes.
They lasted like for 25 hours of my podcast and 60 hours of Sarah my podcast.
Right on.
You know, so they did their job. It's just. Next time I'm going to test everything before you come.
Yeah, do that too, you know. So, all right, man. Well,
this is such a disgrace.
I have to call John right after this podcast too, because
if he asks for money for a pickup truck.
He had borrowed something of mine, and I got to fucking get it back. What? So I don't want to talk about
a dildo.
No. He's just a piece of shit. No.
You let him use your flashlight.
I don't know what to do with this fucking guy. I don't know why we keep him in our lives.
Did you lend him your sofa?
No.
Okay.
He would do some weird shit on that.
He probably already has.
Yeah. So.
All right. Thank you for listening as usual.
Yeah. Take it easy, everybody. Please email us. Yeah. What up, brother? With an A podcast @gmail.com.
And I want to say something about some people are making fun of us.
Oh, also, what up, brother podcast on Instagram. Oh, no. Give us a follow.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Some people have made fun of us for the brother with an A. I will have you know, if you go look at Enta the Stage, that's where we get it from.
And The Shining, which is DAH.
Right. So.
Yo, dude. We're fucking 90s shit, man.
Yeah, this
you know
is
what I mean?
90s.
We don't play no fucking games.
This is real.
Yeah.
This is as real as it gets.
This is as real as it gets, and you're gonna hear that on these cell phone recordings.
All right, you losers. We'll see you later.
Peace.